Okay, this will be an interesting one, I hope. We'll see what we do with this. Okay. A4. Close. And this one's going to be 101. Hang on. How big are we going to make this? We're going to look at that later when we get the object or the original. Let's see if we can make this one look good. Oh, the silly scroll bar, I'm sick of it. It's so difficult controlling this. It really is. So we're just going to leave that out. Oh, just keep doing this. This fucking Konica Minolta shit. Honestly, Konica, you're fucking assholes. You don't care about the fucking customer. You make the fucking... In the attempt of making this like a smartphone, you've really dumbed yourselves down, you fucking idiots. Sick of stupid rich people in power in the photocopier industry controlling how things should turn out. You know, it's not the way it should be. Make a total fuck up of everything just about. Stupid photocopier industry. My idea of a photocopier is something with artificial intelligence, and the actual hardware's got to last 60 years instead of like this model. It's going to last only 5 years until the spare parts run out. So spare parts are meant to be gone within 5 years of the manufacture of this piece of shit. And it's just like they don't care about the industry. They don't care about them. Do they care about themselves? I think that's probably the closest thing they do care about is themselves. They don't care about the environment. So where does this machine go when it dies? Does Konica Minolta put it in the ground, which means lots of pollution, lots of contamination potentially of water and soil and fish and livestock and poultry? What goes into, where do these go? Or does it go to a high temp incinerator where there's lots of belching smoke coming out of the chimney? And again, there's probably poisonous residue. It's only marginally better than putting it into landfill. It's really disgusting the way companies like Konica Minolta don't think of the future as well as the present. They just think of the present. They're fuckwits. Honestly, my goal is to design an artificially intelligent photocopier, but at the moment I can't do it because Konica Minolta don't want us to use their equipment or their manufacturing facilities and that. And Luigi, my future husband, also wants to redesign. We're going to use this. He wants to redesign the photocopier, and unfortunately people in Konica Minolta, the stupid idiots that rule it, don't want us to have any say in how the design process occurs. So they basically want us to... They don't care. They just want the money. It's just about money. And when people do things just for money, that's where things can go horribly wrong. Like when Samsung introduced the Galaxy Note 7, if I'm correct, that's the correct name, or the Note 7, it had problems with its batteries, and its batteries would on some occasions explode, and there was a huge recall of these products. Now, why have I got it upside down? Now, I'm not thinking straight. Sorry, it should be this way. We don't photocopy the blank side. Since when did we start photocopying the blank side? Look, guys, you've got to have a laugh. We have serious problems in this world with people that love money and don't care about the environment, and they don't care about the third world countries. And I've been blabbing on all this fucking time, and I've fucking lost my settings to auto clear. I can't blame Konica Minolta for this, even though this is a factory setting. I'm not game enough to play around with the admin functions, and this is okay to have auto clear most of the time. I usually don't get caught. But basically, the thing I hate also is that they don't have technology at the moment. Fuck you, Konica. See, it's easy to accidentally press a button that you don't want to press when you're trying to concentrate on scrolling to the features you want. It's really dumb. It's like totally stupid. I'd like to, when I've got brain damage in my brain, I've had brain damage at birth, right? I can't work as a CEO at the moment. That's the other barrier. And basically, my short-term memory and my hippocampus were damaged during birth, and there's other areas I suspect that are damaged, but I don't know enough about this. I need to get tested. But I look forward to a day when they have neuroprosthesis that'll help. That'll be like quantum computers that are able to be fitted in a human brain, so that the broken parts of the brain can be supplemented, just like a prosthetic limb, or it's probably more like a cochlear implant, a bionic ear, but except it's designed for the brain. The problem is with quantum computers these days is that they basically require the chips to be super cooled, like cooled right down to a very low temperature, even colder than the coldest parts of space, apparently, which seems odd. But basically, that's how they work. They only work properly if they're cooled right down. And this is not suitable for, well, what are we doing here? We normally use this, and we use RGB. We're doing something different. Fuck it. And basically, yeah, they're not much there wouldn't be much chalk now as brain implants, because they have to work at everyday temperatures, so to speak. Going blue. So it's a long way off, but I look forward to this bright future. And one of the things I want to do is I want to become, of course, a CEO of a future photocopier company, building artificial intelligent photocopiers. And also I want to be a scientist as well. So I'm doing both very demanding jobs once they have the neuroprosthesis. And basically, I want to make a lot of money so I can put towards helping the poor and the needy and the sick and other disabled people, especially ones that cannot be implanted or somehow rectified through medicine. So there's always going to be people who are disabled who cannot be made to function normally or above normal. But basically, yeah, let's see how that looks. That looks brilliant. That looks really good. Better than I thought. But basically, I want to help. One of the things I want to do is I want to help clean up the planet. Oh, we can change the positioning of this. But yeah, I want to help clean up the planet, get rid of the pollution. I want to find a solution. Sorry about the rhyme. I want to find a solution to global warming and climate change. So we've got to get that fixed up. And basically, and then our photocopiers will last 60 years. I probably already said that. So they'll last 60 years instead of 5 years. And the actual hardware will be made easy to recycle. We'll factor in recycling to our products. So basically, our products will be made to be easy to be recycled. So basically, yeah, I'm just trying to concentrate, trying to decide if I've got to try and put this in the middle a bit more. But yeah, we're going to make it easy, like Easy Mac, to be able to recycle our hardware, because this stuff is really difficult to recycle. And it's probably, and I reckon Konica Minolta probably do dump most of their equipment because it costs more to recycle than to dump, if I'm correct. And basically, when you recycle equipment, you've got to take out like every screw, and you've got to screws and fasteners and clips and shit, and you've got to take the plastics, and it's not just one type of plastic, there'd be more than one type of plastic, and you have to batch each of the plastics according to their composition. The metals, the same thing. The metals like copper, steel, aluminium, they must all be put in there. Steel with steel, aluminium with aluminium, copper with copper, and so on. Otherwise, it's fucked. So that's the way you recycle. And recycling can be difficult, is indeed difficult. And basically, designing if you can incorporate recyclability into a machine, that'll make the job a lot easier, and it'll reduce the chances of people being tempted to dump them. But people have just got to sometimes set apart this in the budget. And yes, it's going to be more expensive, but what's better, clean green planet, or do you want to live in a planet where you're consuming chemicals and metals like mercury, cadmium and lead? How would you like that in your fucking diet? No, I don't. I'd rather be dead than eat that shit. Fuck. So basically this machine's going to last 60 years, and then when the 60 years is up, that'll be the time when we will recycle the hardware, and it'll all go back. And I don't know how much will be left over that won't be recyclable, because we're not living in a perfect world, and this world will never be perfect. But if we can make an effort to come closer to perfection, this will be a happier planet for everyone. And the money I earn will help people who are homeless and sick and disabled and everything else. And basically, I want to only keep a small amount of money for myself, relatively speaking. It'll still be a lot of money for me because I myself am a disabled person. I'm on Centrelink benefits. I work in a sheltered workshop, and basically I live in housing department unit. So all of this stuff is because I'm disabled and can't earn much. But basically, well, I'm going to get married and I'll leave this place. But I give thanks to Centrelink, the social security service that we have in Australia, for keeping me on the disability pension. Thanks go to FACS, which is the Family and Community Services, that's the housing department, for having this unit. And basically thanks to New Horizons for employing me and being very kind. So I'm really happy, but I'd like to move on one day. But I'll get married and I'll forsake these three organisations for married life. Luigi's got a lot of money, he can look after me, but I want to help him out with cooking and cleaning. He'll tell me what to do, because I'm absolutely no good at cooking and cleaning, and I'm not inclined to do these things. But basically, I'll give thanks to those three organisations when I leave, and I look forward to a bright future, and I hope everyone else in this world can basically have a bright future. Oh yeah, I forgot another thing I wanted to say, was I want to be, as a scientist, I want to be able to harness the power of lightning to create another renewable energy source. So that would be really exciting. And these projects are going to be given away to people who are responsible, not money grubbers, but people who love science and love what they do. So if someone's interested in renewable energy, someone like that will get the lightning project. But if it's a person who just wants to make money out of this renewable energy, well, fuck them. They're not going to get it. It's only the person that cares about power generation and about humanity who are going to get projects like this, and so on. But there's a lot more I have to say, but this video is getting long, so I'll have to say to everyone, toodaloo, toodaloo.